Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5. We continue the teachings of Lord Vrindavan to his 100 sons. Text number 19. Idam sariram mama durvibhavyam. Idam sariram mama durvibhavyam. Satam hi me hridayam jata dharma. Satam hi me hridayam jatra dharma. Prishte krito me jad adharamarad. Prishte krito me jad adharamarad. Ato himam risabam prabhur arya. Ato himam risabam prabhur arya. Idam sariram mama durvibhavyam. Satam hi me hridayam tatra dharma. Priste krito me jad adharamarad. Ato himam risabham prahurarya.
Shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Idam shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Sattvam himera yatra dharma. Sattvam himera yatra dharma. Prishte kuto me yada dharma ara. Prishte kuto me yada dharma ara. Ato himama rishabham prahurajya. Ato himam rishabham prahurajya. Idam shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Sattvam himera yatra dharma. Prishte krito me yada dharma ara. Ato himam rishabham prahurajya. Idam shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Sattvam himera yatra dharma. Prishte krito me yada dharma ara. Ato himam rishabham prahurajya. Idam shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Idam shariram mamadul vibhavyam. Sattvam himera yatra dharma. Prishte krito me yada dharma ara. Prishte krito me yada dharma ara. Ato himam rishabham prahurajya.
Idam, this Sariram, transcendental body, Satchidananda Vigraha, Mama, my, Durvibhavyam, inconceivable, Sattvam, with no tinge of the material modes of nature. He, indeed, may my Hridayam heart, Jatra, wherein Dharma, the real platform of religion, Bhakti Yoga, please stay on the back, Kritaha, made, may, by me, yet, because, Adharma, irreligion, Arat, far away, Ata, therefore, he, indeed, Mam, me, Rishabham, the best of the living beings, Prahu, called, Arya, those who are advanced in spiritual life, or the respectable superiors. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My transcendental body, Satchidananda Vigraha, looks exactly like a human form, but it is not a material human body. It is inconceivable. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on a body by my own sweet will. My heart is also spiritual, and I always think of the welfare of my devotees. Therefore, within my heart can be found the process of devotional service, which is meant for the devotees. Far from my heart have I abandoned irreligion, adharma, and non-devotional activities. They do not appeal to me. Due to all these transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabdev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities. Purport. In this verse, the words idam sariram mama durbibhavyam are very significant. Generally, we experience two energies, material energy and spiritual energy. We have some experience of the material energy, earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. Because in the material world, everyone's body is composed of these elements. Within the material body is the spirit soul, but we cannot see it with the material eyes. When we see a body full of spiritual energy, it is very difficult for us to understand how the spiritual energy can have a body. It is said that Lord Rishabh's body is completely spiritual. Therefore, for a materialistic person, it is very difficult to understand. For a materialistic person, the completely spiritual body is inconceivable. We have to accept the vision of the Vedas when our experimental perception cannot understand a subject. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. The Supreme Lord has a body with form, but that body is not composed of material elements. It is made of spiritual bliss, eternity, and living force. By the inconceivable energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord can appear before us in his original spiritual body. But Because we have no experience of the spiritual body, we are sometimes bewildered and see the form of the Lord as material. The Mayavadi philosophers are completely unable to conceive of a spiritual body. They say that the spirit is always impersonal, and whenever they see something personal, they take it for granted that it is material. Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 text 11 it is said, Avajananti mamudha manushim tanum ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. Unintelligent people think that the Supreme Lord accepts a body composed of the material energy. We can easily understand the material body, but we cannot understand the spiritual body. Therefore, Rishabdev says, Idam Sariram Mama Durbi Bhavyam. In the spiritual world, everyone has a spiritual body. There is no conception of material existence there. In the spiritual world, there is only service and the receiving of service. There is only Savior, Seva, and Sevaka. The person served, the process of service, and the servant. These three items are completely spiritual, and therefore, the spiritual world is called absolute. There is no tinge of material contamination there. Being completely transcendental to the material conception, Lord Sabdev stated that his heart is composed of Dharma. Dharma is explained in Bhagavad Gita 1866. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam braj. In the spiritual world, every living entity is surrendered to the Supreme and the Supreme Lord and is completely on the spiritual platform. Although they are servitors, they served and service all are spiritual and variegated. At the present moment, due to our material conception, everything is duribhavya, inconceivable. Being the supreme, the Lord is called Rishabha, the best. In terms of the Vedic language, Nityo Nityanam. We are also spiritual, but we are subordinate. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is the foremost living entity. The word Rishabha means the chief or the supreme and indicates the supreme being or God himself. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 19 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, entitled Lord Sabdev's teachings to his 100 sons. Hare Krishna. Particularly, the Lord is describing himself as a person, a transcendental person, not just a person, supreme person, with all the attribute, wonderful qualities. The moment we think of an object, we are looking at the qualities that make that object what it is. The qualities. Similarly, when we are talking of Krishna, also we're looking at certain qualities that he has to make him the supreme personality of Godhead. So the Lord is describing himself here, that My transcendental body is what? Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Compared to our own body, which is Asat, Chit, and Nirananda. That is the difference. But Krishna said here, they look the same. They look the same. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, gold and iron, both of them are, materially speaking, they look the same. What makes the difference is the quality. Iron and gold, they are of the same nature, but the quality is different. Similarly, we have a body like Krishna. Even in the Bible, it also says, God made man in his image. All the scriptures say that. We are made of Krishna's energy. And everything in this material world and also in the spiritual world, this of material energy, spiritual energy, and the marginal energy. The three things that are there. Everything is on this three level. But Krishna's body is different from our own body. Why? Because we don't have spiritual body for now. Our spiritual body is covered over by our material body. So in this body we have, we have the gross material body. We have the subtle body, which comprises of 8 elements. And the soul inside this body, covered by these 8 elements, is different, completely different. Completely different. It is of the same nature with Krishna. Sat Ananda Vigraha. This knowledge is very, very difficult. So the word used here is inconceivable. If you say something is inconceivable, means it cannot be understood, it cannot be known. It is inconceivable. So if Krishna is inconceivable, what are we doing? What are you doing here? Something is inconceivable, you can't understand it, you can't experience it, then what are we doing? Huh? The word inconceivable here belongs to us, not Krishna. It is we who are not qualified to understand until we have to develop the ability to understand Krishna. So Krishna is conceivable because we can understand him to some extent. To some extent, we can know him to some extent. Kechiman beti tatwataha. Very difficult to understand me in truth. That is Krishna's nature. So it is inconceivable if you take him in that way. We cannot know him completely, but we can know him to some extent, according to our ability, our minute ability. And that also is relative. It's how we understand Krishna is relative. Someone knows Krishna like in Dwarka. They know Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. He has opulence. Because his opulence he is qualified to be the Supreme Personality of God. In Mathura, he is. So Dwarka is Purna, is complete. In Mathura is Purnata, is more complete because another opulence is added, knowledge is there. But in Vrindavan is Purnatama. Purnatama. So relativity in understanding Krishna is due to our level of devotion we have for Krishna. So we'll understand Krishna according to how devoted to Krishna we are. Although the knowledge is the same, the process is the same, But our effort will determine how much Krishna will reveal himself to us. And that much we know him. So in that sense, we can say he's inconceivable because we cannot know him completely. But Krishna is not completely inconceivable because at least we have some knowledge about him. That he has a transcendental spiritual body which does not deteriorate. Yes, that's right. We know him. Yeah, we know him to that point. And his body is eternal, which in the material world, we don't see anything eternal in the material world. That's why people with less intelligence who cannot understand how spirit can have also a form. If it is an object, then it must have a form. If it is not an object, okay, no form, but it's an object. What makes an object is a form. So Krishna has a supreme form which is completely eternal. It is completely, fully knowledgeable, and is completely blissful. We don't have this experience in the material world. Our body is full of ignorance. Full of ignorance. Only a few years you have, 20, 30 years, body is finished. See, gray hair is coming. Means what? Death is near. That's what it means. Death is near. Be conscious. That's what it means. These small children, see. Means we have a short life. The death is coming. Get ready. That's the message. Get ready. It doesn't matter if you're afraid or not afraid. It will not save the situation. What will save the situation? You should try to understand Krishna. Rishabha. Rishabha. Let us try to understand Rishabh Dev. That is a solution to all the problems. He will help us to understand him. Krishna is, because of his supreme position, he does not experience our situation as we experience it. We are forced to do everything in this world. Everything. We are forced to do everything. There's nothing which we do willingly in this world. Even devotional service, how sweet it is. We are forced to do it. Everything. But Lord Krishna is not forced to do anything. He is fully independent. Swarat. He is fully independent. So he said, I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. Even when Krishna accepts animal body, he does not become animal. That adds to his attribute. One who is a master of everything. If you have so many dresses in your house, is it a problem if you wear any one you like for a particular day? Is it a problem? You have so many dresses in your house. And when you decide to wear a suit, is it a problem to put it on? It's your property. So if you put yourself, why do you put on this dress today? Why? Why not? It's my property. Yes, I have freedom to use it. So Krishna owns everything. All the species of bodies, both material and the spiritual, belongs to Krishna. So if Krishna decides, I'm going to take the form of a lion, who can tell him no? Who has the right to say, no, you don't have to take that today. You should take the one of boa. He has the right. I have right to put on what I want to put on. We do that every day. So why God should not do it? Why God should not do it? We are doing that every day. We change our dresses every day. Right? So why God should not change his own dress if he likes? Huh? What is the problem with that? The problem is our foolishness. We are foolish, ignorant of the position of Krishna. Even here in Matraya, you don't tell your director in office when he should come to the office. Do you dictate for a director the time he should come to the office and the time he should leave the office? And when he comes there, what he should do? He comes when he likes. Not even the director himself. His children can come in there anytime they like and just get out also they like. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with his pure devotees, they have the liberty to come here whenever they like and go whenever they like. But their coming and being here, it is for our own benefit. It is we who benefit. So we should appreciate that. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on a body by my sweet will. My sweet will, when I like. If I like it, I can take a fish body and perform many activities. Yes. I can take a tree body. Yes. And show my ability. One banyan tree can extend and make a forest. One tree. They say a tree cannot make a forest, but banyan tree can make a forest. Because it represents Krishna. It's incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, you can expand beyond the normal material circumstances. Material energy does not affect Krishna's desire, his will. Even though Krishna may have respect for his energy, but still, he dominates his energy as he like. Therefore, yes, by material calculation, a tree cannot make a forest, but Krishna expands himself as a tree, a banyan tree, he can make a forest without being checked by anyone or anything. And when he lies, he can leave at any time. But when he is here, or his representatives here, they do something which is inconceivable to us. How can we understand that? My heart is also spiritual. And I always think of the welfare of my devotees. Means what? Krishna is completely pure, therefore, there is no irreligion in Krishna's heart. Krishna, irreligion, sin does not stay in my heart. But we saw Krishna did so many things, like himself here. Krishna did so many things like a human being. That what confuses many people. Even up to the point that Srimati, because he behaved like a man. A man. So Krishna said, yes, I will behave like a man. I will do like a man. So Krishna will go and play pastime and not call him. This is what we do in the material world. Right? When we have many friends, see, you create some favorite ones and take them on something special. When others see that, how they feel? Yes. Is that godly activity or human activity? If you travel and buy some things, if you give something to your wife, as she's taking it, she's looking at which one are you going to give to others? Is that one superior to my own? Why you give your secretary in the office, you gave her this one? Let me check the quality if it's superior to my own. They be fight. They be fighting in the house. Why did you give her that one? Why didn't you give me that one? This one is inferior one. You like her more than me. See? So Krishna, he did the same thing. Krishna did the same thing. But, so, if you are not a devotee, not when you say devotee, you are talking about pure devotee, how will you understand that this person is God? How will you understand that this person is God? When Narada Muni introduced Cupid to Krishna, when he introduced Cupid to Krishna, Cupid said, how will I know this boy you are talking? That boy, you always find him with so many girls. That's the introduction of the Muni he gave to Cupid. You find him with many girls. You just go to that. You see him there. All girls are there. It's only him is a man there. Go, you see him. And when Cupid came exactly, sir, this is the one. Let me do my pastime. And only Krishna smiled. The Cupid was on the ground, helpless. Get up, you want to come and test? Get up, let's fight. Get up. But Cupid cannot get out. But Krishna became very, you see, all of you can see what I am now. The gopis. If you don't do something, this boy is not going to allow us to sleep today. He's not going to allow us. You have to do something. What to do? Bring Srimati Radharani. If you bring Srimati Radharani, she's the only one who will torture Krishna. Then will laugh at him. And when Srimati Radharani came, as soon as he came, everything, as the gopi desired, Krishna himself was on the ground. Srimati Radharani ki. Yes. Yes. So she became known as Madan Mohan Mohini. Yes. That is Krishna. So it's inconceivable because how many people can understand this? How many? How many people understand that this boy is the supreme? If Cupid understood, he would have come to test Krishna. He would have come to do service. But he came to test. The Buddha said, why you want to waste your time with me? It's intelligent. It's very good. Why you want to waste your time with me? Go to the person, if you defeat him, the whole world will worship you. If you defeat me, I'm just ordinary brahmachari who knows me. Nobody will recognize you if you do that. If you go to that boy, if you defeat him, the whole world will worship you. You will become the supreme personality of Godhead. Yeah, let me go. Well, he didn't become Krishna because he's not Krishna. It's so inconceivable. So this is Krishna's nature. In his heart, there is no tinge, even slightly, anything material. His heart is completely spiritual. His body is completely spiritual. His activity is completely spiritual. And even the so-called material things, they are what? His energy. This is energy. Right? It's Krishna's property. If I tell you, my friend, why are you using this book? Why? How will you look at me? Why are you using this book? What do you think about me? What is your right to ask me? This is my book. What's the right to ask me that? It's my book. Why I should not use it? Is it yours? We are thieves. And instead of us to be ashamed, we are asking Krishna, why you dance with people's wife? Why? This is immoral. Krishna is morality. It is we who are immoral. Right? We are immoral, not Krishna. Krishna is morality. Himself the morality. And everything Krishna did, just to hear these activities of Krishna, one becomes purified. Can a sinful activity purify anyone? If sinful activities can purify anyone, we must have been. You wouldn't talk of any conditioned soul in this world. All of us, we have been engaged in sinful activities for how many time? How long now? Time immemorial. We have been pure devotees since. But because sinful activities cannot purify anyone, we are sinful. We are sinful. But Krishna's activities purifies everyone. Everyone. Therefore, it is completely spiritual. Therefore, within my heart can be found the process of devotional service. Where devotional service, devotional activities is, there is no sinful, no irreligion, which is meant for the devotees. Devotees are meant for devotional service. Far from my heart have I abandoned irreligion, adharma, and non-devotional activities. In a spiritual circle, there is no irreligion. There is no sinful activity. Devotee, devotional service, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhakti, Bhakta, Bhagavan. They are not from this world. They are not from this world because they are completely spiritual. Pure devotees, pure devotional service, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom devotees are serving with love. These activities are completely spiritual. Therefore, they don't belong to this material world. Where spirituality predominates, where there is religion, where there is devotional activity with devotees, there cannot be anything sinful. Everything is pure. They do not appeal to me. Yes, how can sinful activity be appealed to someone who is completely pure? It doesn't exist. They are completely opposite. Due to all these transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabhadev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities. Hare Krishna. Comments? Comments? Questions?
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Gurudev, my question is in the third offense to the holy name, it's to consider the spiritual master to be an ordinary person. So my question is even those outside the ignorant people, they they consider the spiritual master to be not ordinary. My question is how can we actually realize this and not just have sort of a blind faith? Because outside people also, even though that spiritual master is a cheater, but still they accept him as not ordinary person. So
People who are not devotees and seeing whom they consider to be pure devotees and giving them respect. Yes, respect naturally should be given to those who want to be respected. And it is like we mentioned before, it is understood by understanding the qualities they have. A respectable person will have qualities that will command respect. A respectable person. Qualities which people will see. They will tell you, he is devoted to Krishna. A pure devotee is 100% devoted to Krishna. He knows the scripture so that he can lead others scientifically to Krishna. And like yesterday, Lord Savde was saying, a gentleman will not see a foolish person and encourage a person in his or her foolishness. A gentle person will release the person from foolishness. How? By teaching Krishna consciousness. If we are not giving Krishna consciousness to people, it is sinful, it is criminal offense, it is violence. So you see, a pure devotee has these qualities that he is not a violent person. By not encouraging people in sinful life. He's not promoting sinful life. He doesn't encourage people. He doesn't teach it, but he discourages people from that. So these qualities are seen. That he helped to get us out of our sinful life. So we see these qualities. We follow him. We offer him respect. They are the people we are calling, these people we are talking about. They have respect for whomever they may consider to be a holy person. But how holy is that person? They are acting foolishly. If you accept a sinful person as a saint, our so-called respect is not a respect. It is foolishness. The only person that is showing respect must be one who knows who the person is in reality, according to the scripture. So people are doing that. Okay, this is a spiritual master, but it's not a spiritual master. They are full like this person they call spiritual master. So a fool is glorifying fool. A fool is appointed that fool as a leader. So no glorification. See, they are not correct. Real glorification is done by those who knows. They can do glorification. I'm not going to flatter somebody because they can see the qualities. All the religious leaders around the world, so many, all over. What do they know about God? What do they know about God? God is not a person. He has no form. He is light. He is sound. Huge. This organization, they call them Ekanka. That is what they do. So God is sound. So they came to West Africa. Unfortunately, some devotees were already there. And then they organized a program. That's how His Grace Rivers Bonachari joined. He happens to be there. And so when they delivered their teaching, a devotee from there, they were not on duty. The devotee from there asked the question, can there be sound without the person producing that sound? Can there be a sound without the person? So there must be something, whatever may be that, but that thing that is producing that sound. Who is that person? They couldn't answer. So Srivas Prabhu noticed the person who asked a question. After the lecture, So he went there. That's how he became a devotee. Then they directed him to where they were staying and talk about Krishna, who played the flute. Yes. That's how he became a devotee. They couldn't answer the question because their knowledge does not take them to that level. And from our own practical experience, how can you say that the sound it just happened by chance? Huh? What is happening by chance in this world? Apart from this philosophy, only those who are propounding this chance philosophy, apart from themselves, even themselves, what is happening by chance in this world? They eat by chance. Even the so-called research they're making, is it by chance? Research means what? They are delving into some things. So why can't they wait by chance and get what they are researching? So foolish. So listen to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, it's Upanishad, native devotion, native instruction. Then you can speak. Without this, nonsense, useless. You understand? There's so many people here and here and there, so many sad gurus. Yeah, and many sad gurus and what? Huh? Yes, Jagat Guru. They have never leave their village, and they're not going to leave their village until they change this body. But their banner is the Jagat Guru. Even their village, they have not even left their village to another village. But they're Jagat Gurus. And they have followers. Yeah. The blind is leading the blind.
With my question, like just I like knowledge, like spiritual life, like as you showed in the class, like it's like accepting the reality, and this by being spiritual, we come to knowledge and see the reality. But the challenge comes even after seeing the reality, it becomes difficult to accept spiritual life. So the question is, how can we accept every time
We
we
have
choose
not
Krishna?
accepted yet. The problem, not the question. The problem is that we have never accepted. That is the problem. We have never accepted. The mistake we make is if I sit in a class, okay, Krishna is Sachit Ananda Vigraha. That is spoken. It does not mean that I have realized it. Your question is that, okay, the person have realized it. If the person have realized it, how will he be a fool? How will he be confused? We have not yet. So I've been saying this many times. We are not hearing. Hearing does not mean getting the sound. Inside that sound, the substance in that sound, if you allow it to enter, it comes to the heart. We can process it. It is then it will become a realized knowledge. Then we are free. That's how it works. You cannot tell me that I have eaten a full plate of prasadam and my belly is not full. So you can ask, but why my belly is not full after eating full plate? Why? If you are really eating a full plate, your belly will be full. You may not be satisfied. That is a different thing. But but your belly will be full. You understand? So the problem is that we are missing the real thing. It is not everybody hears. Those who hears, they will behave differently. Anyone who hears will behave different. It will not be the same. We are not hearing. The sound is hitting the ear and it comes down. It doesn't enter inside. Oh, that class is wonderful. But if the class is wonderful, what will you do with the class in your own life? That is hearing. we don't do that. It's, oh yeah, very nice class, but I'm not going to do anything. All the messages which is given there, the point that I should apply in my life to make my life successful in Christian. We don't apply anyone. You don't apply anyone. Means you didn't hear. That is the truth. You didn't hear. If you hear, you will practice. If you practice, you'll be successful.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Just a comment on what Govinda Prem was asking. We have the method that Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, that someone that worships the demigods, he's giving that faith to those persons, and eventually it doesn't matter what they are worshiping, that faith will eventually come to the right source. It's just if that's okay from the perspective that Govinda Prem was asking.
You understand? Can you repeat what?
That he was asking why there are people worshipping false gurus. And Krishna explains also why are people worshipping demigods. And Krishna says, I'm giving that faith to that person to continue the worshipping, because eventually that faith into something, it will eventually come to me at some point. Is that correct?
Yeah. Correct. Thank you.
And then I have one question that it might be silly, but at one point in the lecture you explained that the eight substances of the material energy encapsulates the soul. The soul is of a totally different substance. So how can matter encapsulate spirit?
It is not possible for a paper to break iron. A paper cannot break iron. It's not possible. Iron can break a paper. So the soul is superior to material energy. But now we are being controlled by material energy, which is inferior, because of our offense of turning our face away from Krishna. We became important. The material energy is affecting us. But actually, it is not. That is the point. So now we have to regain our original position by this process. Now we are begging and begging and begging the Lord to help us. So we get free. Then we see that the dream is over. There's no tiger there. The tiger is only for the sleeping man. The person who is not sleeping will not see tiger. Meaning, because we are conditioned, so we are experiencing this. Those who are not conditioned doesn't experience it. They're different.
You mentioned Hare Krishna Gurudev. You mentioned that Krishna and his pure devotees, they come whenever they like and they go whenever they like. So we get their association, which is very rare. But like sometimes, as it is said that familiarity breeds contempt. So when we become more familiar, then we do more casual talks. and we never bring the scriptural thing inside. Even when we talk to them, we bring our family issues, not talking about scriptures. So, how to be conscious and how to um, improve ourselves in that when we meet a pure devotee?
So keep hearing, keep doing service. You get some purification to understand. I am not making the best use of what I have. You get to realize it after some time. If you continue to hear, to serve, to practice, that ignorance will be removed. Then we can do the right thing.
When Prithu Maharaj was performing the sacrifice, that time Indra used to come and steal the horse, and his son wanted to kill Prithu Maharaj's son was ordered to kill Indra, and Indra used to accept different kinds of forms every time he stole the horse, and he used to take the appearance of a sadhu, and then Prithu Maharaj's son used to refuse to kill, and the horse used to be brought back. So this happened number of times. And interestingly, that Indra was that time there was nobody vacant. That Indra's position was no jiva was qualified. So Krishna himself came as Indra. So and he propagated the all the apasampradayas, or so it's Krishna only who propagates the false gurus and pakhandis, so that to bewilder the people in general.
Yeah. He's fully independent. He can do what he likes. But for many purposes, many reasons. That's why he's supreme and inconceivable. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.